Hello, my name is AJ Daniel. I have learned a lot through this unit of communication. I have learned that there are many different types and models of communication. I didn't even realize that when I am speaking with someone or even listening to someone speak, I am carrying out a type of communication or following a certain model. Now I'm going to explain the model I've created will appeal to many different types and forms of communication. The communication model I've created is called basketball communication. The communication process consists of a sender receiver, and a receiver. My model consists of three types of communication: interpersonal, group, and intrapersonal. As I go through the model, it is important to recognize each type of communication and see how it is used in this particular model. As you look at my model, first you see the coach is the sender, and he will be sending plays to the point guard through a form of verbal communication. This communication is also displayed as interpersonal because it is directly between the coach and the point guard and nobody else on the court. For instance, in my diagram, the coach is speaking directly with the point guard to tell him to run play number 2. The second step begins with the point guard. First, he receives the information from his coach and then becomes the sender, where he will then sign a specific play to his teammates, which then becomes a group communication. Because it is one person communicating to a group of people rather than just one person. As you see here in my diagram, we have the sender receiver communicating to the team that they need to run play number 2. Finally, for the last step in this model is the receiver. In this diagram, it shows the receiver or receivers, the team, receiving play number 2 from the sender. This form of communication you can't hear aloud. It is called intrapersonal communication. The players are communicating by self to self, because if they communicate aloud, the opposing team will know what play they're going to run. The team runs the play just as planned. The shot is hit at the buzzer to get the win. This communication model can be used in many different conversations and is very flexible with the steps. For instance, if a teacher is teaching his classroom how to complete an assignment he has just handed to them, he's showing group communication first, and then self-to-self communication will follow, while all of the students take his instruction and process what he has just told them. This is one of the reasons why I like the model I've created, because if you don't have to stick to a certain diagram, you're able to make it your own model to fit into the conversation that you're having at that time. With this model, I hope you have gained a more clear understanding of how communication can be so important. Even though you may not see all the types of communication used, I hope that this may help you relate to everyday things, whether it be at school, your workplace, or on the court. Thank you for taking the time to observe my model, and have a wonderful day.